Hello, Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram fam. Welcome to another interview. And I apologize to anybody that got mixed up on the times. I think between me and Amelia, we may have fixed that. And I thought I just silenced my phone and I didn't. There it went off. That's funny. We were just talking about that. Anyway, this I had posted originally this interview was going to be at 7 o'clock tonight Eastern, but it is 3 o'clock Eastern because Amelia, am I saying it right? Amelia?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. I didn't want to mispronounce it. Emilia Quinn, she is from the UK. So we had to adjust our times. And luckily, I caught that before it was too late for her. We don't want to disturb her neighbors, but we definitely wanted to hear her sing. So we just flipped some times around and it worked out great for both of us.
It did.
We'll be able to hear her music live. I always love doing that. It's, it's even though we're virtually live, you're still live. It's way different than, going on Spotify or Apple or, your website to hear your music. I love being able to talk to artists and have these conversations and get to know you and your music like this. It's much more personal. So I love that we caught the time and we're able to fix that. Yeah. So you've been doing the takeover all day long. And I will be honest, I have not got to watch all of it yet because I had to stop and get ready. I saw your Lucky Charms post.
Oh my God.
And then that's when it dawned on me. I was like, oh crap, she's in the UK. We gotta fix this.
Yeah. We don't have the good cereal.
So, but you said you do have Lucky Charms.
Well, we do. It's expensive over there. It is. It's really expensive and way out of my budget. So we get the next best thing, which is a knockoff.
Yeah, that's crazy. Well, we have the knockoff cereals here as well.
Yeah.
And a lot of people will buy those because you get 3 times the amount of cereal for for less price. So it works. But I love Lucky Charms too.
Oh God, they're just beautiful.
But I eat them really weird. I am a strange eater.
Do you separate them?
Yes, I eat all the cereal part first and save the marshmallows for last, and then I'll eat the marshmallows.
You save the best bit for last. It makes sense.
Yeah. I don't know why I don't mix it all together so I'll get a bite of goodness with each bite, but no, I save the marshmallows for last. It's weird. I don't know. It makes no sense, but it is what it is. I love cereal, and it's crazy because cereal is not filling at all. After I eat a bowl of cereal, 30 minutes later,
I'm still hungry.
Yeah. It's just a good snack. It's it's one of those things that it doesn't fill you at all. It's just a good snack. All right. Well, let's just go ahead and kick this off with a song. What do you want to start it out with?
I'm going to start it with a song called Outlaw, and that is off my second EP, which came out in July this year. So it came out we did a sort of virtual launch party because in the UK, we weren't allowed gigs. We were in sort of a lockdown kind of. It's weird now. We've got different tiers and stuff. We're in the worst tier here, so we can't do any gigs or anything at all. None of the bars are open. So we did a little virtual launch of it on the release date in July, and I've just performed it on live streams for the most part. It's not really been performed much live, so here we go. Another performance, but this is the fan favorite for sure. Some who's riding on me, shining, I can't handle me. I'm a top shelf, $60 shot of 5-bar whiskey. I ain't looking to mess around, I wanna dive in deep. So why don't you take a sip? You think you can handle me? Alcohol, take me by the hand. Show me what's the baddest bitch in the land. Alcohol, show me what you got. I want some of your fiery love. I'm a hot lion, the riding son of a gun. I'm head on heels, I'm the real deal. And if you want my heart, I want you love. I want you love. heart on my sleeve. But don't think I won't bite back if you try to cross me. I ain't looking to be saved, like I stand on my own 2 feet. I just want a kid rich soul to understand me. Yeah. Outlaw, outlaw, take me by the hand, show me who's baddest bitch in the land. Outlaw, outlaw, show me what you got. I want some of your fiery love. I'm a hot fire, the riding son of a gun. And on heels, I'm a real deal. And if you want my heart, I want you love. I want you love. Outlaw, take me by the hand, show me who's the baddest bitch in the land. Outlaw, outlaw, take me by the hand, show me who's the baddest bitch in the land. Outlaw, outlaw, take me by the hand, show me who's the baddest bitch in the land. I'm a hot fire, the riding son of a gun. And on heels, I'm a real deal. And if you want my heart, I want you love. I want you love. I want you love. I want you love.
Yeah, I love that. All right, that is officially my new favorite song.
I love it.
I freaking love that. Okay, and evidently there is a badass bitch in the I'm all tongue tied. Baddest bitch in the land T-shirt that you have.
Yeah, there is.
All right, I have to have one.
So, yeah, we can definitely sort that out.
Wow. All right, I love that song. Okay, has anyone ever told you that your voice is similar to Miley Cyrus?
I've heard that when I was younger, and no one said it for ages. So thank you.
The country version of Miley.
I will definitely take that. I'm a big fan.
I definitely hear that sound in your voice, especially that the growl. Oh yeah, that's definitely. I'm a huge Miley fan, so that's definitely a compliment.
I love it. Me too. Like it all started with Hannah Montana, so for me.
Oh, yeah, I think a lot of people grew up on Hannah and made that switch from Hannah to Miley. Yeah. Yeah, and that's pretty cool. And that's like the perfect song for me to hear a little bit of her voice in you. Because
I love it. Thank you.
I can see her singing that song as well.
Oh my goodness. Now the day that happens, I could die happy.
Yeah. I mean, that so sounds like a country song that she would take and just run with it.
Yeah.
I love that song. That's amazing. Okay. So when did you start singing and performing?
So I started music when I was 6 and I started on the piano, and singing came a lot later. I think I was like around 11 when someone like my music teacher handed me a microphone and was like, try singing. And I was like whispering into the microphone. I was so shy, such a shy kid. And but that kind of opened the door in like my mind and thought, actually, maybe I could give it a real go and actually try. And once I started trying, I was like, oh no, I really enjoy this. Like I enjoy how singing feels. I enjoy being able to spread those emotions through my voice without talking. Like I'm terrible at talking, really, really bad at it. But singing is like where I really found my voice, to be really cliche.
Yeah.
And I haven't looked back since.
Awesome. Yeah. I think a lot of singers are that way, especially if you're songwriters. That's your way of conveying what you're thinking, what you're feeling, whether or not they're good at talking or not. That's just your way of releasing your emotions. You put it down on paper and then you make it into a song.
Yeah. And it's so therapeutic to do that. Like it's helped me work through a lot of things over the years, and it still does. And like when something's playing on my mind, just putting it into a song helps me work it out and feel so much better about it. So
Yeah, I can imagine. So, I mean, I used to write poetry. I've never tried songwriting, but I used to write.
The same thing.
Yeah,
I started off writing poetry and then started songwriting. So
yeah, I don't know. I may give it a shot one day. And try something.
Why not?
I don't know. Yeah, why not?
It's
Might not
2020. Anything's possible.
exactly, right? I should try it before 2020
Yeah.
ends, because this is the year to try new things, right? Yeah. So speaking of, we'll go ahead and talk about the huge elephant that's everywhere. Yeah. So COVID over like where you live here, it's bad, but it sounds like it's a little bit worse for you, because we do have some things that are open right now. Some, smaller live performances are able to go on, because there are some bars that are open, but like the bigger clubs, the bigger live venues, of course, those aren't open. So, but y'all don't have anything open going right now?
Difficult because there's like from city to city, it kind of changes. So we have one city like near where I live where the bars aren't open at all. The only live music that we could probably have, and even then I don't think we're allowed it, is outdoors. And this time of year, it's very cold. So no one really wants to be playing outdoors. But you could go to the next city and all the bars are open and you can go drinking, you can go play. So it's a little bit difficult to figure out. And I mean, the time of year combined with not everything being overly open and people being really cautious and social distancing, it's just made it pretty tough to try and gig. I think I've had a total of 4 or 5 gigs this entire year, which is just crazy. Like last year, I was gigging every weekend, maybe 2, 3 times a week, every week, and it was just insane. And this year I was supposed to have even more. I was supposed to go on tour and all that kind of stuff. And it just never happened. But hopefully 2021 will be our year. Everyone said 2020 is my year. I'm going to do it in 2020. And the universe just kind of went, no.
Yeah.
2021 is our year. We've got this.
I have talked to so many artists that had like their first, tour out this year planned, or they were opening for somebody really big or something, something really, really cool was, to do with being on the road this year. And then, like you say, brakes on, stop. It's not happening for you. So yeah. And my heart just breaks for y'all, because I know that's your life. That's your heart. That's, not only is it your livelihood, but that's your passion.
Yeah.
And
doing music, like, and it's just been so strange not gigging live. Like, thank God we've had these live streams, because I really don't know what I would have done without them. I would have gone crazy.
Oh yeah. And it's weirdly ironic that it was March that I started doing this.
Yeah.
And, as I was telling you a little bit before we went live, it was purely by accident that I started doing this. I knew I was going to get into social media somehow. I just didn't know how. But music is what was getting the most attention. And then, of course, with COVID and everybody doing stuff online, it just kind of worked out. And this has took off, being more than I ever thought it could be. And it's been so great, though, because I get to meet people like you. And, I've made friends all over the world. And it's just that's been the good thing out of 2020 for me.
There's definitely been some like great opportunities that have come from it. And it's not, like, definitely for me, it's not been all bad at all. I mean, I released a single in April. My EP date came forward. It was supposed to come out like in September, and it ended up coming out in July. So that was great to take forwards and be able to create something really cool, distance style. Like we all did our parts at home and then sent it to the producer who produced it at home. So that was crazy to be able to do that and be able to see that it is possible to make a professional sounding record that way, and you don't have to hire a really expensive studio to do it. And then I've got my 2 latest singles as well, which have just gone insane. I mean, I don't even know what's going on there, and I had the time to do that in a month, whereas it would take a year normally, because I wasn't gigging and I wasn't doing anything else.
Right. Yeah. And that is what's strange is so many people have realized now what is possible to do virtually.
It's incredible.
Yeah, it is absolutely incredible. And it makes me wonder, what that's going to mean for the future. How much are we going to go back to doing things in person versus doing things virtually?
Yeah.
And I'm sure as far as music's concerned, you would rather do it in person.
Yeah, there's some things you can't replace.
Yeah, I mean, even though it worked for you to do your records that way, to do your singles that way, I'm sure that aspect is still preferred to do in person.
I'm definitely stoked to get back into the studio at some point.
Oh yeah, that's what I've heard from everybody. But I really, really hope that some aspects that artists have taken on this year stay. Like, I know they're not going to do as many live streams as they've done this year because y'all are going to be busy. You're going to be out gigging, but maybe take somebody along on the road with you that, or your photographer, your videographer, whoever you have, that will pop up something on a live stream every now and then.
I think they'll definitely stick around. I think live streams are here to stay. And like you said, you can take someone out on the road with you, or if you have a quiet month as a musician, you can hop on and do some live stuff. You reach a much wider audience, and I've definitely connected with people like I never would have done if I wasn't doing these live streams, and it's gone international, and like that's just crazy for me. The highest streams that I've had on my latest release have been in the US, and that's never happened before.
Yeah.
So it's insane, and I love it, and it would not have happened without these live streams. So I'm definitely thankful for those.
Yeah, exactly. And vice versa. A lot of artists here in the US, I know in particular, one of my really good friends, she has got just a huge, huge following in Ireland. And, I mean, it's so crazy because, I mean, her song went #1 in Ireland in a matter of hours of release.
Oh, that was brilliant.
Yeah. So, without all this virtualness, none of that could have happened. And, even if we go back to playing live, she's not going to be able to get out and tour in Ireland right away.
Yeah.
So you got to be able to reach her audience there. I mean, obviously they helped her with that song tremendously. So, your audiences that you've met, this is what I feel like anyway, your audiences that you've met, your new fans that you've made, that's not going to be able to come see you play, like me, for instance. It's not going to be convenient for me to come watch you play.
Yeah. That would be a long gig journey.
Yeah, exactly. But I don't want to miss out on, seeing your music. So I definitely think there's something to be said for what's happened this year that I really, really hope artists take forward with them.
Definitely. I know I definitely will be.
Yeah.
I love being able to talk to people directly as well. You don't get to do that on stage. You can't kind of go, oh, this person said something to me during this, or they've requested this song. It's a lot easier to communicate with fans this way. And I love it. I love being able to see who's about and speak to them and have a chat during the live stream. I just think it's so friendly.
Yeah, exactly. And speaking of that, let's look at the comments. Can you see the comments on your side?
I can. I'm seeing some of my regulars pop up, like Will Hope. He is wonderful. He runs kind of a similar platform. He does reviews and features artists on his page.
Oh, awesome. Right.
And George is in there. She's wearing Country Miley, yes. And Tammy's here. Tammy's my partner. She is just such a beaut. She's downstairs watching on her phone.
Oh, that's awesome. All right. And Teresa is one of my regulars. She watches my show quite often.
Oh, amazing. Hi, Teresa.
Yeah, she said,
I love it.
She knew exactly who I was talking about with that song and being #1 in Ireland. She knew I was talking about Lizzie. You're right, Teresa. That's exactly who I was talking about.
She's on it. She knows.
Yeah, she knows. She knew exactly who I was talking about. I think she's a big fan of Lizzie's as well. Lizzie's great. So where in the UK are you located at?
So I'm in the north of England, so the Leeds city.
Okay.
It's near Manchester. It's not far from Manchester. I feel like Manchester's more known.
Okay. All right. That's definitely on my bucket list of places to visit someday. There's just so many places in the UK to visit that
Yorkshire's definitely the best one. You need to come to, and the Yorkshire countryside. It is beautiful.
Yes, for sure. For sure.
Let me know when you come up. We'll show you around.
Oh, heck yeah. I would love it. I would absolutely love it. And I mean, that's been another great thing doing this is, you know, there's another guy, Jovan, that has a show similar to mine. It's Night Owl Promotions. He's actually in Scotland. And he said the same thing. He was like, let me know when you come to Scotland. I'll be your tour guide. And I'm like, yeah, that'd be awesome.
You're solid, aren't you?
Yeah. You know, if my bucket list ever comes to fruition and I can visit all these wonderful places, yeah, that would be a dream come true. Dream come true for me I wish that I had the money to just like make my bucket list and set out and just jet set to all these different places that I want to see.
An amazing holiday.
Yeah, right. And just chase the music as I go, you know.
Yes.
Really, there's somebody that I have interviewed or followed in each location that I want to go that I could just be like, surprise, let's meet in person now, you know, or go see their music. That would be so cool. So yeah, if I ever win the lottery,
that's here. He's a regular. He's actually one of the people that I met through live streaming internationally, and he is out in I think it's California.
Oh wow, okay.
So it's one of those that I will definitely keep the live streams going for.
Oh, Georgia said R66 World Tour. Yes, I like the sound of that. Yes, absolutely.
Now you have to do it. It's got a name now.
It's got a name. Exactly. Okay. So I think what I should do is just get me some artists, get me some musicians from various different locations. I'll get you from the UK and Lizzie from here. And, you know, a few others will round up and we'll just make the Route 66 World Tour. Yeah.
I like the sound of that.
Yeah. So if I win the lottery, I will sponsor a world tour and we'll do that. That would be so much fun. Oh God. Could you imagine? All right. So I know based on the IG stories that you were leaving earlier, you have your music room. And you're in your music room now? So how many guitars do you have?
We're counting just guitars that have 6 strings. There are 5. Yeah, we've got 5, but we've got a banjo in here, we've got a mandolin, we've got a bass, cello, various other bits and pieces laying around, piano.
Wow. That's crazy. Okay, so that answers my next question. You do play other instruments besides the guitar. What all do you play?
I mean, I play all of them a little bit, but my main instruments are definitely guitar and piano. They're the ones I'm best at. I'm still trying to learn the banjo because I love the sound and I think it's great, but it's so difficult.
That is what I've heard. Yeah.
It is hard. Trying to get that thumb, like it's kind of backwards, like the highest string is at the top and it's like, oh, okay, you've got to like reverse your thinking.
Yeah.
But I'm starting to. So maybe by like this time next year, I might be a pro on a banjo. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I think that's great. Now, somebody said, I want to ask your opinion on this because somebody said if you were really proficient on the piano, you were also good at math.
Oh, no, that is a total lie. I am awful at math, like so bad.
So that there is no truth to that at all.
No, definitely. I'm the anomaly.
Yeah, because I was with his thinking, I was like, okay, I would suck at the piano then because I am no good at math. No.
Oh no, it's cool. Me neither, but I'd like to think I'm decent on the piano. So.
All right, so that just totally debunks his theory then. I'll have to let him know that. That's funny. Yeah, math is not my strong suit, and I can play like a half of a song on the piano and that's it. I don't know why my parents, well, when I was a kid, I played the clarinet in band, but I wanted to play the drums and my parents were like, no.
Way too loud.
Yeah, they're like, no, not happening. And my sister played the viola, but my dad refused to call it that. He had to call it a fiddle, even though that's typically the violin.
Yeah.
But still, You know, my dad refused to call it that. He's a huge bluegrass guy.
I love that word.
Yeah.
It is a fiddle. It will be a fiddle if I say it's a fiddle.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So it's just, I never learned how to play anything really. I wanted a guitar when I was a teenager, and I got one for Christmas one year. I got an electric guitar and I loved it. Loved it. Took lessons long enough to learn how to play Stairway to Heaven, and that was it. That was it. I think
that's all you need to play guitar, isn't it?
I got bored with the lessons. I didn't want to go to lessons anymore. I just figured it should just come. I'm like the world's worst impatient person.
Yeah.
I am so impatient. I don't really like to take the time to learn anything. I just want things to I want to know how to do it.
If it doesn't happen, it's not worth doing.
Yeah. I just want to automatically know how to do something. And I mean, I'm usually a really, really fast learner on most things that I do. Mm-hmm. So if I don't pick up something really, really fast, I'm just forget it.
I'm going to say I have to get it. And if I don't get it, I'm no, I'm not.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't have I don't have a ton of patience to put a lot of time into something to learn how to do. Yeah. So that's probably why I'm not musically inclined at all. Not at all.
But you love music, so it's fine. It counts.
Yeah, I do. It's so crazy. As much as I love music, I'm probably the biggest fan of music you would ever meet in your life to be not musically inclined at all. It's weird, but yeah. All right. So besides country, do you have other genres of music that you love to play and sing?
I think when I sort of started my sort of solo career, because I was in bands before this for a long time, I did label myself sort of folky country kind of thing. And I think as my sound sort of developed, I'm now calling it roots music, because I'm adding the influences of blues and rock and, various other things, just kind of mixing them together, because I feel like it comes to me a lot easier rather than just saying, right, I need to write this exact genre. I need to make it sound specifically like this.
Yeah.
It's just a lot more freeing creatively. And it's just what speaks to me. So, because I've been in rock bands and blues bands before, so I have those influences, and I don't want to push them aside and ignore them. I want to keep them because it keeps things interesting. So.
Yeah, for sure. And I don't really think that. Yeah, I don't really think that you have to put a label on it. You don't have to necessarily say that you're country or you're rock or you're blues or whatever. If you are a singer-songwriter, you can be a variety. You can be anything that you want to be. So yeah, I like that you said it like that. You don't have to put a label on it.
I think the only time you really need to label something is when you're putting it out to the world, and even then it's difficult to do because with my records, a couple of reviews I've had have said you never know what to expect when I'm going to put something out, because my first EP was pretty acoustic, kind of stripped back, really harmonized, really pretty. And then I put Mistakes and Firecracker EP out, and they're quite rocky Southern rock kind of outlaw vibe. And then I've come back with these two singles, which are totally stripped back acoustic versions of ballads, which I haven't really done before. And I quite like that I'm keeping people on their toes, because I'm not just one thing, and it's showing different sides to my personality as well.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I think that's where fans will, and different fans will interpret a song a different way.
Yeah. And that's so important. And I think that's the best thing about music and songs as well, is the interpretation. It means something different to everyone, and I think that's absolutely beautiful.
Oh yeah, I totally agree. William said he's good at math, but he can't play instruments at all. So yeah, we have
definitely debunked that.
Yeah, that theory is out the window. That is gone. He says he's going to get a drum kit now.
Yes.
Seriously, such a good stream. Oh, thank you, William. William, hope all I've done is smile, mate. Great music, and that's the only label it needs. Yes, that is good. Yes, oh, wow. William said, great music, that's the only label it needs. Yes, I agree. I like that. Okay, That's good. I like that. Who are some of your musical inspirations? You said your rock, your blues, your country. So you come from a lot of different ones. So who are some of your actual inspirations?
I think at the moment, like what came up in my Spotify Wrapped 2020 was Brothers Osborne and Cadillac 3 were probably the biggest ones on there. But musically on my kind of like little journey and what I really like to pick up and listen to people like Etta James as well. And you've got the Patsy Clines, you've got that kind of old school sound. And okay, I was listening to records, BB King and Sunhouse and all that kind of stuff. So it is a good mixing pot. And obviously, I was a teenager. I went through my emo phase. That happened.
Yeah.
So yeah, a lot of different influences.
Oh, that is so cool. You named some great artists there. Oh, wow. Some great artists.
Yeah.
Okay. So then I may be totally like way off with my geography because I can't think exactly like where he's from right now. I just know it's England somewhere. Is Elton John.
Yeah.
So did you like grow up listening to Elton John? Was that like a have to or?
Not massively, but I do have kind of a fun little story to do with Elton John that I don't think I've really told before.
Oh, okay. Do tell.
I don't enjoy doing it. I think it's really cheesy to do, but this genuinely happened. And since we're talking about it, I'm just gonna say it. I know we're amongst friends, so it's all good. My debut EP somehow got it through like some family friend, got into the hands of Elton John, and he gave it a listen and gave me the feedback that I had potential. I was just like, what?
Oh my God.
I thought it was a joke. I actually thought it was a hoax. I was like, no. I was like, you're lying. No, it didn't happen. And like, no, seriously. And he showed me, I was like, oh, okay.
Oh my God.
So, yeah, that's a little, I'm still like in 2 months. I'm like, is it real? But yeah, apparently that's a thing.
You cannot get any better of a compliment.
I was just like, I'll take that. I will take potential from Elton John.
For real.
How random.
I love Elton John. I love Elton John. And all right, so I have to ask you about this. I have to ask you. Have you watched, or is it just totally off the mark, the series The Crown?
I started watching it and then, I don't know, for some reason I just didn't carry on with it. And I don't know why. It was ages ago. So,
well, I heard like the first couple.
It's probably really bad to say. Someone British.
Well, I've heard the first couple of seasons are like really hard to get into. It's not because Diana doesn't even make her entrance into it until the 4th season.
Oh, well, it's not worth watching.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. All right, has everybody just like skipped ahead to season 4 because that's really all they care about is Diana? But I mean, it does give you a lot of backstory that I guess if you're like me and you're not as familiar with the royal family, that you watch, because in season 1 you're learning all about Queen Elizabeth. So but it's interesting to me when shows like that come on, if they're even remotely close to reality. It's not a reality show, and we all know that reality shows aren't even reality.
Well,
so,
sure.
They're so scripted. But I don't know. Yeah, I was just like, I don't know if when I'm watching this, should I like be believing this, or is it just like way off the mark? I don't know. But if you haven't watched it, you're no help to me. You can't tell me. So I'll just watch it and form my own opinion.
Wow. I mean, I think from reviews I've heard, I think they're like relatively close to what?
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it's got good reviews on it. I mean, it's one of those things that it's one of those shows that people have binge watched, throughout this year, when binge watching seems to be what a lot of people are doing if you watch TV, because there's
the biggest hobby of 2020, binge watching Netflix series.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting to see like what some of the polls are at the end of this year. Like, what topped the list of things to do during 2020 since you couldn't do anything else. And like, you know, we already know that like there's going to be an astronomical amount of babies born in 2021.
Oh, it's already happening.
Yeah. They're already starting to be born. Or, you know, pregnancies are announced for sure. So yeah, I think 2021 is definitely going to be a baby boom year. But you know, what else is going to be like on the charts for, you know, what happened during COVID year because you couldn't do anything else?
I definitely vote for binge watching.
Yeah, binge watching is out there. So what are some of the things that you've binge watched?
Oh man, what, you're putting me on the spot now. I'm gonna be like, what have I been watching? I think we definitely rewatched Friends at some point. Because, you know, it's Friends, you gotta.
Oh yeah, so great.
Man, what have you been watching? I got Disney Plus, and I'm not gonna lie, I did start binge watching Hannah Montana again because I was just reliving my childhood. I was like, this is great. I just gonna watch all of these.
I love it.
Acting is so bad.
I got Disney Plus as well.
Tiger King. Oh my god, I forgot about Tiger King. That was right at the start of our lockdown as well.
Yes,
and,
it was.
We went into lockdown. Everyone pretty much watched Tiger King at the same time and came out of it just going, "Oh, this year's gonna be weird."
Yeah,
that kind of set the mood for 2020. That was like, yeah,
right?
this year is not gonna be normal.
I didn't even watch Tiger King, but maybe nobody should have watched Tiger King, and this year might not have been so weird.
Maybe that's what did it. That's why 2020 has been so messed up. It was Tiger King.
Yeah, I could not make myself watch it. I was just like, I could tell by the previews that it was just going to be too much.
To me, like, it's just got so many plot twists in it. Like, I'd watch it just for the plot twist. It's absolutely insane. And then you're like, these are real people. This actually happened.
Yeah, I'll probably go back at some point and watch it, but
I recommend it. Just if you're ever like really bored or like you just need something to numb your mind, that'll do it.
Yeah, something that you don't have to think about at all.
Nothing will surprise you anymore afterwards.
Yeah, mindless entertainment. Yeah. Or I think we binge watched Ozark was our biggest one. I think that I
haven't watched that yet. I've heard good things about it.
It was phenomenal. It was great. Like, I can't wait for the next season to come out. It was so good. We did that one, and I keep wanting to say One Tree Hill, and it's not One Tree Hill. Shoot, that's old. It was filmed in the same location, just about, or close to it. Jeez.
You're gonna have to Google it, man.
I'll think about it in a minute. The name of it just totally left my mind. It's got the and his name, Charles Eston. It's got Charles Eston.
Oh, yeah. I know him from Nashville.
Yeah. But in this series, in this show, he is a bad guy, or not really a bad guy, but he's not like as likable as, you know, in Nashville, he was such a likable guy. In this one, he's not that likable. And the Outer Banks. Duh, that's it. The Outer Banks. So I was like, I was having trouble with that. It was great. It was a great show. But I was just like, you can't have Deacon be a bad guy. No.
Deacon's not a bad guy.
Yeah, I was like, Deacon's not a bad guy. You can't have him being this way. So
when you get so used to a series and then they've got like that actually put it in them in such a different role, you're like, but no. like,
Yeah. It's hard.
Jennifer Aniston will always be Rachel from Friends. And you're like, why is Rachel from Friends doing that?
Yeah, it's hard. You almost see that acting person as who they are and not really who they are.
Yeah.
You know, like, it's easier for me to call him Deacon than Charles Eston. You know, he's not.
Yeah. It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, he's not Charles, he's Deacon. And then you can't make him be a bad guy. That's just not right. Oh, goodness. All right. You want to play another song for us?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
I'm going to play another one off the Firecracker EP because that was kind of my most significant release. Mind you, this new one's catching up very quickly. but we'll roll with this. I'm going to do one of the new ones later on.
All right.
This one is called Nothing to Lose. I hope you enjoy it. Oh, Lord, please help. I've been running, trying to be someone else. I let a number define my soul. I let this old heart go cold. But I got nothing to lose from letting the pain run through my veins. Oh, baby, set me free with your sweet, sweet body. And when the sun rises over that hill, I'll be emptier still. But I've got nothing to lose from letting the pain run through my veins. Through my veins. I ain't looking for a solution, I just want a quick fix. And when my trouble catches up with me, I'll be gone and all I leave is a memory. 'Cause I've got nothing to lose from letting the pain run wild through my veins. I got nothing to lose from letting the pain run wild through my veins. Through my veins. Through my veins.
Heck yeah. Yeah. Now that was the blues.
Yeah.
Blues that you were talking about, blues jazz. Oh my gosh. Gosh. Okay, so we had to move our time up so you wouldn't disturb your neighbors.
Yes.
That
That
I'm
is
sorry.
why.
That would not be disturbing to me. I would be like knocking on the wall saying, "Go girl, play some more." So I mean, what do your neighbors say when you do start belting it out like that? Do you have
they've not said anything yet, like because we're in like this cottage and we're attached to the house there and we're attached to a house at the back of us. So when we moved in, we were like, oh man, is this going to be a problem? So we warned them that I'm a musician and I'm doing a lot from home because it's lockdown and we can't go gig. And they've been totally fine with it. And the only thing anyone's ever said is the one at the back of us asked us if I was playing. And we were like, oh my God, was it too loud? Or was it okay? I said, no, you could just hear something in the background. I thought it was all right. I was like, oh. So luckily, as long as it doesn't run too late, we're all good for live streams, which is very nice of them because I know the one next to us probably hears a lot more than the one at the back of us.
Yeah. I didn't know if they ever were hopefully they wouldn't be like mean and be like, stop playing. I don't want to hear it.
Not yet. I'm that doesn't happen.
I didn't know if they were ever like the opposite and be like, oh, we want to hear you play more. We love it when, we can hear you playing through the wall, and we love it.
Maybe that'll happen. I don't know. I once was practicing for a stream and I was stood up in my music room and I can we don't have like a front garden or anything. So we're literally just looking down onto the street. And I started a song and I kind of glanced out the window as I started and there was someone walking past and they literally jumped away from the house. So I don't think our house is very soundproof.
Well, I think if I was your neighbor, I would love it. I would be like, let me know when you're going to be playing so I can tune in and listen.
I love that.
I mean, they're lucky. They get like free music from you all the time. So yeah, that works for them. They're getting the benefits of it. Goodness. God, I loved that. just the ability that you have to go from, and I will admit, I have not had time to like listen to all of your songs that are on Spotify. And I try to do that before I have people on. So I'm like familiar with all of their music. But this week has been like a little bit crazy because I've had an interview every single day and I don't typically have them every day. So I apologize for that.
That's fine.
It's kind of good because it's all like a surprise to me right now. I'm hearing it.
First reaction.
Yeah, you're getting genuine fresh reaction. I love how like the first song that we heard, sent me to like Miley Cyrus, and I'm hearing that softer country, even though I shouldn't really say softer, because you still had that growl in there. And I love that. I love when you have that. I don't know if there's what the technical term for it is, but when I just say growl, that roughness to your voice.
That's a word that tends to get used a lot, so we'll roll with growl.
I love that when someone can do that and pull it off, because some people do it and you're like, please don't do that again. Some people.
I'm glad I'm not one of those people.
No, you're definitely not one of those people. But there have been some people to do it, and you're like, okay, that's not in your wheelhouse. Don't do that again, okay? But I love when you do it because it's like that song. Oh my God, that just like, yeah, that was perfect.
It's great at shows because I'm 5'2", so I'm not very tall. I'm quite a small girl, and I've got these massive, these guitars are huge. They're jumbo guitars, so they're not little. They kind of. I've had a few people come up to me after a show and say, "Oh, we saw you come on stage with a big guitar," and we were like, short blonde girl. We were like, okay, this is gonna be a bit whatever. And then I started singing, and I did the growl and stuff, and they were just like we weren't expecting that out of someone so small. And I was just like, surprise.
Exactly. Yeah. And obviously I can't see your size through here. So, I don't have that same reaction, but
yeah. The most I get is like 5'4" in my boots. And that's kind of it.
I'm 5'4", so I get that. I get that. And it's odd because my husband is 6'4". So he's a whole foot taller than I am. Wow. And even if I
the high shelves, it's fine. It's useful.
Yeah, it is he's very useful for that. But we've been together for 17 years, so I'm used to it now. But it's this number, I'm always looking at it. Crazy. But God, I am just in love with your music. This is unreal. I have not had like this strong of a reaction to somebody's music in a long time. Just
that means a lot. That really
the first one that you did, I really, really loved that one. But this one, oh my gosh, I tell people all the time, like, if you look at my Spotify, I have like a crazy playlist. It goes anywhere from gospel to rock and, everything in between. I'm a 70s baby, 80s teenager. So I love, like the classic rock, that kind of stuff. But my dad was bluegrass and country. My mom was, 60s beach music, Commodore's Temptation. So
I love that.
Yeah, I have like a wide range of taste in music.
That is awesome.
Yeah. And so I'm basically anything except classical music. Like, do not give me classical. I'm not listening to that. No elevator crap. No. But I love jazz as well. And when I went to New Orleans, I even got a bigger appreciation for jazz music. So like that song that you just did with that blues jazz feel to it. Oh my gosh. I could just see you like in the middle of the streets in New Orleans, just belting that out. And
I'm definitely on my bucket list to go to New Orleans. So fingers crossed that happens.
New Orleans is.
We can hear the Spotify version now with the band and everything in it. It's just, I loved it. When I got the production and everything back, I was like, oh my God, these songs are just, wow.
I'm going to have to listen to all that when we get off here. Cause that's just like, that's crazy. I am literally blown away by that. I'm telling you, I don't understand why that is not like number one right now. That is like a number one.
One day. Hopefully we'll make it.
I'm telling you, I'm like freaking out over your music. And I've literally not done that in a long time. I seem like I am seriously fangirling right now. So apologize for being so crazy.
It's going to make me blush.
Oh, it's great. What I just caught a glimpse of William saying something about a puppy. Wait a minute.
Oh, he's got an English bulldog puppy, and it's called Merle, and it is just the sweetest thing.
Oh, yeah, it's still listening, just doing some puppy training too. That's so cute. So all right, well, speaking of animals, are you an animal lover?
I am. I put on the Instagram story that I've got a rabbit called Hank, which is a great name.
That's right. I saw Hank.
He's also quite feisty, so I feel like the name definitely is living up to the name. And we've got a dog as well called Stacy.
Okay, was he on the stories as well?
I'll pop her up after this. She doesn't sit still for very long. So.
All right, because I said I didn't get through all of the stories because I had to get ready for this. So, but I did see the bunny. I think, and that might have been. I might have saw the story post after the bunny, and that was it. Sorry, Kat was texting me, my co-host who is on with me normally, and I don't know. I think it was because of the time change. She couldn't say she's babysitting or something, I think. So sorry, I should ignore my phone. I was actually looking at the Spotify list and that popped up. But okay, so the song that you just sang was on your last EP that you just put out.
Correct? It's gone out in July. Both those songs went out in July, and there's 2 other songs in that EP as well. And they're like full band. So that's the first like full band EP I've put out. And the single before it called Mistakes was also a full band thing. That was the first full band thing I ever put out. So this year has been very much about changing my sound and putting out that sort of rockier vibe. And then I kind of switched it at the last minute and put out these acoustic ballads just, to keep everyone on their toes.
Yeah, I think that's awesome. Excuse me, I'm sorry. So what have you got coming up in the near future song-wise for releases?
Oh, man. I can't say much about it now because the next one is in March and it's for International Women's Day. But there is new music. There are these ballads that just came out on Friday. So they're pretty fresh out. And they're kind of special for 2 reasons. One of the reasons being the message. So they're kind of messages that go very well with the global situation at the moment, and like about spreading good karma is one of them, and the other one's sort of about missing people and sending your love from wherever you are to wherever they are. And then they're special for the other reason that I decided to release them 4 weeks ago, which they weren't recorded yet. There was no strategy yet. There was pretty much nothing. And I just kind of went, I'm going to do it because they need to be heard right now. So I did the whole entire release from start to finish over the course of 1 month. And normally it would take a year.
That's crazy.
That was pretty wild. And I documented the whole thing on some vlogs as well on my YouTube channel. So if you want to see like literally the whole thing come together from recording to producing to sending all the emails that you got one of those, because that's why I'm here. It is literally all on my YouTube channel.
Okay. Yeah, I will check that out. And you just completely refreshed my memory.
Hello, this is why I'm on this show.
Yeah, no, I mean, you would have been on anyway, but yes, they just came out Friday and I feel so bad that I didn't recognize that right away.
It's all good.
I had screwed your interview all up because I had double booked that day and had to reschedule you. And then I was like, and then I reached out and was like, let's do it Sunday. It's still really close to your release day. Okay. Yes. My brain is refreshing now. So yeah, you just released.
That's the mood I've been in all month. That's literally the zone I've been in all month. I've just been going, oh yeah, this is a thing. Or people have asked me about something. You're like, oh, yeah. I can totally relate.
Yeah. So you just released a double single. Obviously, you're not going to release anything else right away. So yeah, that was a dumb question from me. Sorry. Yeah. So still on the hype of this release, and that was kind of what made you want to do. Was it just the makeup of the song that made you want to do a double release? Because that's not a usual thing. Yeah, it's not normal.
The same person knows.
2020 is not normal, so heck, why not?
Right, exactly.
I mean, normally it's a single or an EP, but you twisted it all up there.
That's just kind of, once you follow me for a little bit, you kind of get to know me as a person and as an artist. That's kind of what I do.
That's your
And it's
MO.
not on purpose. It's just literally my personality. But I wanted to do them both because they both go together in a way of the messaging just being about being very relatable to right now. But they're both their own songs independently. And it was kind of like, I wasn't going to be able to like flip a coin and choose one of them. So we just went with both.
Both of them. I love that idea though, because I feel like in this day and time with music, as many artists as there is out there, you've got to do something to set yourself apart.
Yeah.
You've got to.
And I like doing different things because it just keeps it interesting for me too.
Exactly. Because you don't want to do the same mundane thing time after time after time and just be consistently repetitive. That does get boring. So yeah, you got to keep your fans on their toes, never knowing what to expect. But something yeah, exactly. I'm getting to know you well, so I'm gonna love following you because I will never know what to expect. Yeah, I think doing a double single was great because I'm sure it's probably been done before, but a double single, did I just really say that? A double release. I'm sure it's probably been done before, but not lately that I can remember.
Yeah. It's kind of like that retro vibe of the A and B side as well. Like bringing that back, I kind of wanted to do that because we don't get a lot of it in the digital age. Everything's sort of streaming. You don't have a tape to turn around.
Right.
But I like that. I was born at the back end of the 90s, so I still had tapes when I was growing up, and I don't know, it's a nice sort of nostalgic feel to it.
Oh, well, I was born in the 70s, so I remember vinyl.
I've got behind me.
Yeah, and we had the 45s, so we had the double singles, and that's why I said double singles.
Get it involved.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds weird to say double single, but that's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. All right, well, let's have some fun questions, just fun questions.
Okay. And, oh man, I love this round.
And then we'll let you finish us out with a song. And usually I save the binge watching questions for this, but we already did that. So, all right, we already know Lucky Charms is a favorite, but is that your go-to food, or what is your go-to favorite food?
This is so hard. I'm such a foodie person, and I will literally relate everything back to food, and it's just something else. It's unreal. I think my favorite food changes all the time, but I've had a proper roast dinner tonight, and it was really good. So I'm gonna go with that right now because it was very, very nice.
All right. Do you do a lot of cooking at home? Well, I guess right now you have to. You can't go out open.
We probably do quite a lot as well. We enjoy it, so we try and make it part of our routine and get that freshness in.
Do y'all cook together, or who's the better cook?
I'm not allowed to cook.
You're not allowed to cook.
Yeah, she's got a system, and I mess it up if I get involved. So I have to get out the kitchen. I'm cooking. So I do the same to her. I'm just no, I'm cooking today. It's my night.
Okay. So who's the better cook though? You or Tammy?
It's not me. It's definitely Tammy. I'm too sort of scatterbrained to cook things overly successfully all the time. I don't pay enough attention, and some things get a little bit crispy.
Oh, gotcha.
Occasionally. Okay. So I'll admit that. It's cool.
Yeah, I definitely admit my husband is a better cook than me, with the exception of a few things. There are
a couple dishes that you're and then the rest you're yeah, I'm not even better.
Yeah. So I used to enjoy cooking. I really don't anymore. It's just something that takes up my time. So I'll gladly let him cook. And say, have it.
That's good. That's good that you can cook though. You can do that.
Yeah. All right. So, what is your idea of a perfect date? And first, is it something staying in or something going out? Pretend COVID doesn't exist for the sake of this question. So, staying in or going out, and then what is your idea of a perfect date?
I think we went on a date last night, and it was actually one of my favorite nights that we spent together. And we went to, so do you know Blackpool, like the city? And it's on the seafront, and it's got like loads of lights and sort of arcades and stuff. And every year they do the Christmas lights, called the Blackpool Illuminations, and it's so pretty. And you can just drive through down the road, and it's really long, all along the seafront. And so we just hopped in the car in our comfy clothes, got a hot chocolate from Starbucks, and just drove down the Illuminations, and it was just really cute.
Oh, yeah.
Radio and stuff, and it was just really sweet. So I think that's my idea of a date. I don't really need all the whining and dining and fancy restaurants and things like that. Just something simple for me works.
Exactly. I feel exactly the same way. And that
it's the Las Vegas of the UK. It's so sad, but it's true.
It's the Las Vegas of UK.
Yeah, it's a lot less glamorous.
But I like that idea. It's simple. You don't have to, spend hours getting ready for it.
Yeah.
And, nothing to stress about. And it's just, yeah.
Because we've been together a couple of years now. It's not like we're getting glammed up all the time. But it's nice to be comfortable with each other.
Exactly. But do you feel like it's still important to have like a date night?
I think, yeah. We do try and make an effort, and even if we're like staying in and just cooking for each other and like laying the table out nice and stuff, it is nice to be able to do that, especially when we've both been quite busy. She runs her own business as well as a personal trainer, so we both get pretty busy sometimes. So it's nice to take that time out and just say this is our time to spend with each other and be present.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. I think it's so important. Like me and my husband have been together for 17 years, so I still feel like you have to have a night, kids later, all the craziness going on with work and just whatever's going on in your daily life. You do have to take that time to just, unplug for a couple of hours and just spend that time with just each other, just to reconnect. I think at least like once a week.
For sure.
At least. I think that's so important. Okay. So beach or the mountains?
Mountains for me. I was born in France, and where I'm from is like really in the mountains. So,
okay. All right. All right. Summer or winter?
Summer. I love summer. I don't like being cold.
Yeah, I don't like being cold either. Not at all. Okay. Sing in the studio or sing live?
Ooh. They're both so different. I think if it was like you can only do one for like the rest of your life, it would be sing live.
Okay.
The atmosphere is just amazing. So.
Yeah. That's usually the answer I get. Write songs or sing songs?
Right.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's a twist. Typically, the singer-songwriters will still say sing.
Really? I couldn't not write songs. Like if I couldn't sing, it would be devastating, but I'd live. But if I couldn't write songs anymore, no. Not down with that.
That's interesting. I like that though. Okay. I knew I would run across that answer someday. I just had to get to the right person. Okay. Have you ever had a scary performance? Like something about that performance scared you, or there was
so many
somebody in the crowd that you didn't expect to be there, like, Elton John or something, So what has been like your scariest performance and why?
I think I've had it, like, I get them, like, they pop up sometimes, and I think I've had a couple. One of them, my guitar, it was a London show, and my guitar it worked in sound check, and then it didn't work as I went to strum it, and I was like, oh, and everyone was like, there was no barrier on the stage, everyone was literally like right there, and I was just like, oh, what do I do? So that was scary. And then another time we were told there would be pyrotechnics. We weren't told when they'd go off or where they were. So I kind of like stepped forwards as it went off in front of me, and I was like, whoa, okay. Nearly lost my eyebrows.
That seems like to me that would have been something important to let you know. Like,
you'd think health and safety might be a little bit tighter, but they were just kind of like, just guess when it might go off. I was like, right, okay.
Yeah.
That was pretty, it was cool, but it was scary.
Yeah, really.
I mean, flame. Oh.
It needs to be, and I mean, you're lucky your hair didn't like go up.
It was a lot shorter than it is now, so I think that saved me.
Yeah, had it been longer and full of hairspray, you would have been like doomed.
Yeah.
Okay, if you just a couple more. If you could open for anyone, who would you want to open for?
Oh, I'm gonna go with Beth Hart.
Okay.
She is an absolute goddess. Like, I saw her live and I actually like fully questioned my entire career because she was that amazing. I was like, what am I doing? I'm not worthy.
Wow. Okay. Well, maybe that'll happen for you someday.
Come on.
All right. Do you have a dream place to play?
Oh, it's going to sound so cliche, but the Grand Ole Opry.
No, it's not. I get that. I get that. I mean,
it's one of those things, isn't it? Like, if you can stand on the stage and play, you're just like, I've made it.
Yeah. It is. I think for anyone that is into country, I would almost question their countryness. That's not even a word, but you know what I mean. If they didn't say the Grand Ole Opry was at least in their top 5, because that's the home of country music. And yeah, to stand on that stage is just like, I've been there to watch a show and sitting in the audience was just unreal.
I did like the backstage kind of tour when I visited Nashville a couple of years ago, and we did the whole sort of stand on the stage, and I was looking around, I was like, oh man, I want to play here so bad.
Oh, wow. Did you take a picture of yourself on the stage?
I did.
You did?
And then I was like, I'm here.
I know I've heard some artists say, yes, they did. And then I've actually had a couple say, no, that they didn't because they didn't want to jinx themselves.
Oh.
I don't know. There's some superstition that if they took their picture on the stage before they made it, that they wouldn't get there. I don't. I am superstitious about some things, but I don't think I would be about that.
It's a goal to work towards. You can look at that picture and be like, what day?
Exactly. I mean, that's like, if you're on a weight loss journey and you put a picture of yourself on the fridge, every time you go to the refrigerator to get some junk food out, you're going to look at that picture and be like, nope, don't want it. So yeah, it's a goal to go towards. Absolutely. All right. So you came to Nashville 2 years ago. What did you think about Nashville?
Oh, I genuinely miss it every single day. And it's
really
2 years, like over 2 years now. And I stepped off the plane and I was like, I feel like I'm home. Like, that's so strange, but it really felt like that. I was like, I feel like I belong here. And just walking down Broadway and all the music coming, because it was in August, so all the bars were like fully open on the front, and it was just the most electric feeling ever, and I loved it. And I really, really want to go back. I'm hoping next year I get to go back.
Yeah, hopefully next year it will be better to go back. This year, definitely. I feel so bad for all the people that like came to Nashville and I don't live in Nashville. I live about 6 hours from there, but I love Nashville. I feel really bad for all the people that came to Nashville like this year for the first time.
Yeah.
And maybe that
was it's not what it usually is.
Yeah, no. I mean, they've opened back up some, but it's still nowhere near what, Nashville's normal is.
Yeah.
So, yeah. All right. Well, let's have another song. I hate that we've come to an hour already. Like my time goes by so fast. I know, but I can't keep you all day and night for you.
All night.
Yeah, it's getting late for you over there. So I guess we should wrap things up.
Well, I'm going to play one of the new songs of the double single that came out. It's done a lot better than I thought it would. Like, it's impressed me. And I think just the messages of the songs are quite important right now. So that's that's what I want people to take away from these. Is not like, oh, you know, it's this singer, or it's this voice, it's the lyrics themselves. So hopefully they'll come across. So this one is called This World.
All right.
Fever dream, come reality. Every day's a waking nightmare. Dragging feet, like we believe we will never get there. All we can do is try to make it better for you. What kind of world are we shaping with our hands? We only get one chance to make a difference in this land. Make time to share a little good karma and to care for one another in this world. A baby's born, the crack of dawn. Welcome to this war zone. And take a breath for that moment there. It's like nothing's wrong at all. We can give is a better life to live. What kind of world are we shaping with our hands? We only get one shot to make a difference in this land. Make time to share a little bit karma and to care for one another in this world. We can only try to live a better life. What kind of world are we shaping with our hands? We only get one chance to make a difference in this land. Make time to share a little good karma and to care for one another in this world. What kind of world are we shaping with our hands? We only get one chance to make a difference in this land. Make time to share a little good karma and to care for one another in this world. Make time to share a little good karma and to love a little harder in this world.
Well said, or well sung. Yes. Couldn't agree with you more. Such a beautiful song, beautifully written, and so very timely.
For sure. It was written like during the lockdown, so it's definitely about what we're going through at the moment and how like it's just crazy to me that there are babies being born that have never lived in a world without a pandemic. And that's like, whoa, that's insane. But we have the power to do something about it. And a lot of the things that happen, we do actually have the power to change it. Even if it's the tiniest little action, we can do something to make the world a better place. And we've got to make time to do that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And to be kind to others. I mean, it's such a simple concept, but so hard for so many people to actually do. And I don't understand that.
Mm-hmm.
And if people
it costs nothing. It costs nothing to be nice. Like,
absolutely. And it takes so much less energy to be nice to somebody than it does to be ugly or rude or hateful, or, you know, I just don't have any tolerance for people that are, you know, intolerant of other people for whatever reason. I love everybody. I don't care what your race is, your gender, your And I don't care. People can be black, yellow, purple, white, green, combination of all the above. I don't care. I love them all. I feel like God made us all. He loves all of us. And if everybody would just look at the world that way.
Yeah, it would be a much nicer place.
What a more beautiful place it would be, you know? And I don't know. I don't understand why people have such a hard time with that. And that's, you know, between COVID going on and all this hate going on in the world. We can change the hate a whole lot easier than we can change COVID.
Yeah. It's a good place to start.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, music is so healing. And that's why I'm glad that there's people out there like you that are writing songs like this. And if you just are able to affect one person with a song like that, that makes a change.
Yeah.
Or makes a change in the way that they think.
What I consider a success. Like if it makes one person think and one person act a little bit differently, then that's what it's supposed to do. And it succeeded. Anything else is a bonus.
Exactly. That's absolutely the way I believe and the way I think about it. And, you know, you just keep after those people one song at a time, and I will keep sharing it and loving it. And I thank you so much for being on with me today. It has been an absolute blessing. And you are a wonderful person, songwriter, singer. I'm so glad that I am now a fan. And thank you for being on with me.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for giving me a new platform. I really, really appreciate it.
Well, thank you so much. And I definitely want to have you back on sometime. And all of your wonderful followers that have joined us. Let's see if there's anything. I think there was a discussion going on about Disney a while ago. Tammy said Disney is her happy place. I love Disney too. So Disney is great. Disney and Nashville, happy places. I agree.
Yes, definitely.
Love this song so much. I agree. I do too. Such an incredible song, powerful lyrics. Yes, it is. It's been a brilliant stream. Really enjoyed it. Thank you so much, William. I have enjoyed it too. And Dawn, thank you. Yes, I have enjoyed it so much and enjoyed your music so much. And the fans that have been commenting, I love when that happens. So that's been great as well. And we will do this again sometime.
We will. We'll catch up.
All right. Thank you. And thank you everybody that joined us and watching this live stream, and any of those that watched the replay. Thank you. You can follow Emilia on Spotify, Apple, Pandora, wherever you find music. Go check her out, follow her, stream her music, download it. Also, she is on Instagram and Facebook as well.
Yeah, and we've got a Twitter as well.
Okay, and Twitter and YouTube. So be sure to follow her and keep up with her and all the good things that she has coming. Until next time, y'all have a great rest of your Sunday. Talk soon. Bye.